Hey everyone, it's Spurs Rail 96 here. Hang on, just have a sip of water a second. Right, that's better. Anyway, welcome to another Train Sim World live stream. I hope you're all doing well out there, and I've had a good start to a new week. Today, of course, we're taking a look at Train Sim World 5, which is now upon us. Specifically, the route we're taking a look at is the West Coast Main Line South, which goes from London to Milton Keynes. So we're going to go onto the journey mode and, well, have some fun, basically, providing the route doesn't crash. So we're going to do West Coast Speed, I think, with the Pendolino. Take that out for a spin. The Avanti Advantage, and we're going to do this service here, which goes from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly, I think. Seems good to me. We'll just do one run with the Pendolino before then jumping on board a set of commuter trains and explore the route in closer detail. So it's 11 coach train in this one. Cross-country passenger service from London Euston to Milton Keynes. Alright. Before I do go any further, what am I doing here? Motion blur, that's the one. I'll turn that to on. And we'll unlock the doors. Let's just get the train set up ready for departure. Let's unlock the doors a second. Wait for the alarms to go off again. There we go. Dimming controls, set that to bright. Headlights to the daytime. Head over to the panel. Cab back wall. Turn on AWS if I can find it. Oh, it's the wrong fuse, that's the right one. DSD, AWS, and Vigilance. And we'll increase the volume and the brightness of the GSMR radio just because I can. What platform are we on at Euston? I've never been at this platform before, don't know why. I thought I was in a different station altogether, but yeah, this is Euston. There's another Pendolino in the hiding just round the corner. But yeah, obviously the Pendolino comes as a separate purchase with this route, regardless if you purchase the Digital Deluxe Edition or the Standard Edition. You have to pay extra for it, which is a right pain in the proverbial. But as you can see, we've got some services chugging in and out of Euston. Just before 10 minutes past 6, there's another Pendolino over there. So the Pendolino side of things, as far as services go, I have very little complaints. It adds quite a few services. That's obviously with two variants, the 9 coach and the 11 coach, which I will be operating from. And there is a few AI services as well that the 390 does, exclusively. I think there's like, I don't know what the length of the train is, but I think I've seen like 6 to 7 coaches. I don't know why. That's in my head, but I might be wrong, numbers wise. Right, let's go. We need to move But yeah, we'll discuss London Euston as far as scenery is concerned later. Anyway, the one and only stop is indeed Milton Keynes Central. It's 44 miles away. But yeah, as far as the Pendolino is concerned, from a model perspective, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Very faithfully recreated. A few of the textures, particularly on the back wall for the some of the switches, don't look very good. Not very high res. A bit muddy. Some of the textures. And the TMS screen here, you can look at a few things and fiddle around with a few buttons. Nothing groundbreaking, the usual things. But yeah, do I like the Pendolino? Very much so. Looks good. Exterior, interior. Lighting is a little bit, but I think that's mainly to do with the route having a few lighting issues. Not just going through tunnels, but also at stations as well, be it dusk, daytime, nighttime. So yeah, you can tell that this route was kind of rushed, which yeah, ain't very good. But yeah, as far as this timetable goes, I've got everything installed, so hopefully we'll see a fair few amount of trains. Sophie, hey, how are you? Nice to see you, hope you're well. Condor, nice to see you. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Hey Simon, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Welcome. Just taking a first in-depth look at the West Coast Main Line South. So I thought I'd start with the Pendolino, get that out of the way with, and then move on to a thorough examination of this route. Condor, entering work until I'll be busy for a bit, but how are today, Spurs and chat? Yeah, I'm alright, Condor, thanks. Not too bad, thank you. Weather's been miserable, but yeah, no complaints. Been okay today. Not too bad, not too bad. So if your turns disabled, you get a 145 mile per hour speed. Blimey, that's pretty quick. I think when the APT was out and about on the was the West Coast Main Line, wasn't it? Yeah, the West Coast Main Line in the I'd say late 70s, early 80s. I think on tests it was doing, you know, speeds of up to 150, 140-ish miles per hour, and you can obviously do that in Train Simulator. So it's quite cool that the Pendolino kind of follows on that tradition, that history almost, you know, of tilting train technology and the ability, without, you know, tilting being enabled, to reach similar speeds as to what the APT achieved in testing or in passenger use. Simon, temporarily living in Germany. Oh, right. What you doing in Germany? Work trip or holiday or something like that, maybe. Speed limit's about to increase to 120 miles per hour. Now, as a little bit of information on the West Coast Main Line, the South version that we have currently available in train sim. Well, sorry about this around the camera there. Is that it's 50 miles according to Dovetail, but I think it's like 45. Well, it's displayed as 45 on the HUD, so it's not brilliant, you know, route length wise. It needs to be a lot longer. I rather ambitiously stated when I did a news video covering the West Coast Main Line South, I wanted it to go to Birmingham. I know that's a little over ambitious, but I really wanted it to go to Birmingham. I mean, this game's been out for nearly 10 years, so yeah, about time we have route lengths that, you know, exceed the 100 mile per hour barrier, if you like, in terms of route mileage. It's Wembley Stadium on the right hand side. So yeah, 50 miles is very disappointing. If, you know, Dovetail, you know, if I was to ask Dovetail, oh, could you extend the route to Birmingham, they'll be like, well, we can't do that because we're up against deadlines, so we have to end it somewhere short of my expectations. So I would have liked to have seen the route at least go to Rugby. I think Rugby would have been a possibility. Ooh, it's struggling a bit here, stability wise. Once we get out of London, the frame rate should calm down a little bit. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the route extended a lot longer to Birmingham, if not at least Rugby, but there you go. Not to be. But a good thing about this route is that we do have 28 stations. 3, obviously, Pendolino stops at Euston, Watford Junction and Milton Keynes. And the rest of the stations, either a combination of overground, underground, southern and London and London North Western Railway services. There's a Bakerloo line train we just passed. That was at Harrow and Euston, wasn't it? I think. Maybe not. Oh no, and it's the end of the Bakerloo line when I see some buffers on the left hand side sticking out. I might have already passed it, I don't know, I was too busy talking. But yeah, back to the little stats on West Coast Main Line South. You get 4 trains. 3 of them are obviously reused from previous train sim world routes. One new one we've got is the BR Class 350-1, which we just passed. That's a dual voltage multiple unit, so it could run on the third rail as well as the overhead wiring. Obviously, most annoying thing about that is the lack of branding, but I managed to solve that, so it's not as big an issue as I initially had with the Class 350. You get the Southern BR Class 377. This is a different variant. This is the -2 this time, which runs on the overhead wires, whereas before we've had versions which run on the third rail. I think you could use the 377-2 on the third rail as well. So a little bit disappointing that wasn't bundled into the London Commuter and East Coastway timetables, you know, just for a bit of variety. Maybe even as AI, I would have liked that. You get the London Underground 1972 Mark II tube stop. Nice to see that in. Dovetail could have quite easily left that absent. albeit the timetable was a little bit quieter than the upgraded Bakerloo line timetable. That was the 2021 timetable. So the fact that this route has a less busy schedule as far as underground services is concerned is a bit disappointing. But what is cool is that you can use the Bakerloo 72 tube stock, the West Coast Mainline version, which has upgraded lighting and rain effects and all that, on the actual Bakerloo line route from 4 years ago, which is quite cool. And finally, you get everyone's favourite freight locomotive, the Class 66, or Dovetail's favourite, certainly. It's been reused again. I think I've lost count how many versions we've got now in Train Sim World. Probably double figures, maybe. Not sure. But this time it comes in a slightly different variant of the Deutsche Bahn Schenker Red livery that was used on Great Western Express. Complete waste. I mean, it's cool to have freight services in this route and populating the yards and so on and so forth, but it would be nice to have something brand new, freight-wise. I'm not talking about rolling stock, I'm on about a locomotive. I don't care if it's electric, I don't care if it's diesel. I don't care if it's powered by wind or gas. I just want something new. But when I did my first play on the West Coast Mainline South a couple of days ago, the overall package and experience feels very similar to the Northeast Corridor, New York to Trenton route, where you've got a wide variety of trains, some that we've obviously used from past DLCs, one maybe new, or a couple of new train sets thrown in. On a route that maybe previously there would have been a section of West Coast Mainline that had been featured in the past. Like obviously a big chunk of this route was featuring the Bakerloo line from Queen's Park to Harrow and Euston, which Dovetail made 4 years ago, similar to New York Trenton. They used a big chunk of section from I think it was Northeast Corridor New York from, I want to say, what, 6-7 years ago. The Northeast Corridor New York went from New Rochelle to Newark Airport. The New York to Trenton route had that section from not New Rochelle but New York Penn to the airport, and then extended it. And that's what they've pretty much done with this one. And it's rather ironic that this route may have a busier timetable, albeit I don't think it is as busy as it could be. Maybe once Dovetail iron out a few performance issues with this route, they could add in a lot more services, maybe not playable, but definitely more AIs, no doubt about it. Certainly on the Bakerloo side of things. The overground, I'm not sure. I think it's every 15 minutes each service in real life, so and I think that is replicated in the in-game timetable, so I don't think I have a problem with that. I'm not sure numbers wise, I have to check again once this stream is concluded. But yeah, it feels very familiar setup, to Northeast Corridor New York. Taking a bit of route that was in a previous DLC, extending it, adding trains that we've already had before, and maybe adding a couple of new toys into the mix, so to speak. Pendolino, Class 350, and then add a busy-ish timetable. Thankfully, the difference with New York to Trenton and this is that the route stability is much, much better. It's not perfect. I mean, obviously, going in and out of London Euston is pretty choppy from a frame rate perspective. So, you're holding you're crossing your fingers and hoping that the game don't crash. But certainly from a performance perspective, it is better than New York Trenton, but it's far from perfect. There's no question about it. But yeah, this route has apparently 690 services, which I struggle to believe, really, because I think that's more, if not near the same as a Southeastern High Speed, which has a very impressive timetable from freight, commuter services, express, special rail tours. Obviously, this doesn't have any rail tour services, which is a bit disappointing, but I'm sure Dovetail will throw some into the mix later down the line. What they need to do is just up the volume of traffic, be it AI or playable services. If they can do that, the timetable will be much better from a visual and immersive perspective. I'm saying perspective a lot today. I'll try not to say it again. Right, we've just got over 20 miles to go until Milton Keynes Central. And we're doing at 6:43. Should make it. You can easily make it to your end destination 5 minutes ahead of schedule, if you really concentrate on the speed limits and the signals at the Pendolino. Drink of water. I'm not having tea today, it's a bottle of water. I've already had tea twice today. But yeah, as far as operating the Pendolino, it's pretty straightforward. It's a breeze, really. Yeah, with all the safety systems on or off, it's reasonably straightforward to operate. I was a bit worried at first of what the TAS system was at first, and every time you switch it on, I thought, oh crikey, have I done something wrong? But no, it's fairly straightforward to set up and live with, to be honest with you. But when we get to Milton Keynes, I'll do a bit more of an examination on the exterior and interior. You can notice that the train tilts, even if I don't have the that camera sway immersion thing on. I never liked it, hence why I never have it on. But you can sense the train tilts when you're operating it, and you can feel it as well when if you have a PlayStation 5 control on the haptic feedback, you get from the controls. Right, I'll have a look at the chat. Yeah, it's absolutely flown by. Sophie over there did 75 miles of these first main line. 41 minutes at 145. That's pretty impressive. Not too bad. Simon doing my job. Oh, fair enough, near Cologne. Oh, very nice. Was it your first time in Cologne, Germany, or is it you've been there before? Spent 3 months out there. Hey, Banana Craft, nice to see you. Hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you. Banana Craft, yeah. Well, I'm pleased you're getting back into, work and, well, I suppose, trying to get back to normal service, let's say, of everyday life. Never easy, of course, losing someone, but, the next day comes around. Gotta get on with it. We've got 17 miles to go until Milton Keynes Central. Simon, the overground timetable only has half the services, sadly. Oh really? Only half the services? It depends what year they'd have to base this route on. They say up to date and modern, but that can mean anything. That can mean from 2022, 2021, this year, last year, you know, don't know. But if that is correct, that only half of the services are running on the overground, then that means Dovetail's going to have a hell of a job to, well, implement the rest of them. And probably you could say the same for the Bakerloo as well, because that's nowhere near as busy. Definitely at Queen's Park. I noticed that immediately when I had a little play around with that, or had a little fiddle with the that route hopping thing, which is okay, but you know, you still have to go through a loading screen, don't you? It may be quicker, but I just prefer to end a service at Queen's Park and then switch routes. That's what I prefer. Put the power on. Using a bit of speed here. Got just well, we're due in just over 10 minutes time. We've got 13 miles to go, so let me just step on the gas a little bit. I'm looking forward to taking a look at all the stations on this route. Well, apart from the underground ones, they're fairly, you know, no need to cover them, because I've already done services on the Bakerloo line hundreds of times. Not on this route, but on the actual Bakerloo line. I think what would have really been cool is if Dovetail couldn't make the West Coast Main Line, you know, go further than Milton Keynes. It would have been nice if they added the entire Bakerloo line alongside, you know, the entirety of the Watford DC line. You know, that really made up for it, personally. You know, if Dovetail can't extend the route, you know, any further north to, you know, either Rugby or Birmingham, which is what I prefer personally, then you know, stick the rest of the Bakerloo line in. But then again, you know, you'll probably end up getting horrendously low sales of the original Bakerloo line route that was released in Train Sim World 2. So, oh well. And now, of course, we've got the West Coast Main Line South. The Bakerloo line version of the West Coast Main Line, that has to be upgraded heavily. Not just lighting and weather, but scenery, 100%, no doubt about it. Like, if you play the Bakerloo line from Queen's Park to Harrow and Euston on this route, and you compare it to the route of the Bakerloo line that was released in 2020, yeah, there's a huge difference from a scenery perspective. Condor Southeastern High Speed is just one operator. They're offering included on the base route alone with 710s for layers. The 710 doesn't get used on Southeastern High Speed. I'm confused now. We're leaning there to the left. Boy, look at that. And then lean slightly to the right. Bernardo Craft, I'm having a nice glass of wine. Very nice too. Well earned, no doubt. Not earned, deserved, I should say. Simon have been many times, but never lived abroad for any period of time. Oh, fair enough. Well, it's certainly an interesting challenge, if you like. You know, you've got to adjust to, well, different time zone. culture, community, the area around you know, where you live. You know, you've got to know where the nearest shop is, or restaurants, or cinema, or parks. I don't know what else. Medical facilities, yeah, and transport hubs, you know, buses and cabs, or trains. Dan 365 Transporter, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Oh, you've got TSW5. Favourite route is the West Coast Main Line. Fair enough. Glad you're enjoying it. Simon, regardless of when it's reduced, it has been every 15 minutes for a while. It was every 20 minutes. Ah, right. I see. Condor, if I recall, this route hopping method was actually a proposal submitted in forums. Was it really? Wow. My God. Dovetail listening to the community. Oh dear. Dan, what's your favourite route on TSW5? I actually have not. I don't know. I haven't played all of the new ones yet. I haven't experienced the Kinzigtalbahn, or I haven't even touched San Bernardino line properly. I did a scenario on it, but that's really nothing. Sugar, better break it. Getting a bit ahead of myself. But yeah, just like that, we are approaching Milton Keynes Central, comfortably ahead of schedule. But yeah, my favourite route in, well, Train Sim World has always been Transpennine for me, Northern Transpennine. We'll just cruise into the platform, onto the platform. Banana Craft play along in the underground park. Oh, fair enough. Condor 710s must be the transit. Oh, West Coast, mate. Yeah. Simon, really well located in a town called oh yeah, Leverkusen. Yeah. Right in the centre. See the main railway line where I step out of flat. It's a fairly industrial area, isn't it, Leverkusen? It's not exactly the most glamorous city in the world. Oh, right on the money, that was brilliant. Nicely timed. Nicely done. Well, here we are at Milton Keynes Central, ladies and gentlemen. Right, let's take a look at the exterior of this train. From a distance, graphically, it looks pretty darn good. But when you get up close, Yeah, it's not as sharp. It's nice to see it, you know, a bit roughed up here on the front of the nose section. Onto your West Coast livery. That looks pretty sharp. Light clusters look very well modelled, I must say. That is one thing that did impress me. First train, Trenitalia Group Company there, West Coast, Avanti West Coast. Let's have a look at the undercarriage and the bogies. Yeah, looks quite good. Got a couple of warning stickers, albeit they're very, very blurry, which is a bit disappointing. And the dot matrix displays. Yeah, I think there's a few problems with the dot matrix displays. Not on all of the services, but it won't display like virtual destinations. Like, you know, if this is going, where's this train even going to? I have no idea. Where's it going to? Manchester Piccadilly. It should say Manchester Piccadilly and the next stop, but it doesn't. It only displays the in-game location, which is Milton Keynes. Also notice as well, when you're doing journeys with a stop at Watford Junction, it doesn't display Watford Junction, it just says Euston, which is incorrect, technically. Yeah, but as far as the livery goes, don't look too shabby. You can see a bit of streaking there on with the sun reflecting on the unit, so that's quite cool. Bit of detail there. Up close, it's okay. From a distance, like from where this geezer is standing, I don't look too bad.
All our trains and stations are
There's a pantograph.
Please do not smoke until you have left the station premises.
Don't look too bad. It's like kind of clean, but kind of dirty at the same time. I mean, these are workhorses of the Pendolino on the West Coast Main Line. They do millions and millions of miles over its career. It's insane, really. But anyway, let's close the doors. We got a platinum for that. It took me just over 35 minutes. Not too bad. I want to return to free room a second. If I can get away with it. I'm going to turn off the safety systems at least. Switch them all off. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, never mind. Females taking over. Never mind. Well, I mean, straight away you get out of the cab and safety signage everywhere, pretty in-depth. Not in-depth, crisp, I should say, from a graphics perspective. Need to get out of the train. Oops, never mind. Step into, what is this, first class? Which is normal class, I've forgotten. But you got a little screen there saying Avanti West Coast. Seats look okay. Not too shabby. Obviously this Pendolino has been upgraded, heavily refurbished from an interior perspective. Not sure what's beyond there. What's in that little space? Is that where the bikes go? Not sure. You got a few Avanti West Coast branded posters here, like charge your phone, emergency procedures. Got a toilet. Disabled space there, that's pretty good. Got the table there with the wireless charging indicated. Is that a generator or something? No, it's not a generator. It's not. Looks like to me like a big microwave. I don't know why. So you can tell this is first class. Different seat maquettes. Got another sign here. A poster saying feeling a bit peckish. Go to the shop. We will. We're about to end it, I think, because yeah, about to go out of the map. They'll throw us back to the main menu anyway, so I'll see if I can find another Pendolino at Euston and board it. One thing I will say about Train Sim World 5, even though I'm against yearly releases, I do like the new menu music. It's much better than TSW4. No question about it. What am I doing? Yeah, let me just go back in here a second. We'll go back into Milton Keynes. I just want to have a little explore through the rest of the train, and then we'll jump on a 350 or a overground train, whatever, and yeah, have a look at the stations and the surrounding scenery. Alright, let's get out of this train. Let's open the door. Good sounds when it comes to the doors opening and closing, and the animation of them as well. Quite pleased. Right, yeah, here we go. There's the destination there being displayed, Euston. Next stop is Euston. Is the next stop actually Euston, or is it Watford Junction? It is Euston, fair play. Right, I've got to find the coach I was in earlier. This is standard class. So I was in first before, wasn't I? Let me just board here a minute. Pardon me, sir, madam, sir. Can I get on? Please, let me on. Thank you. Right, let's just rocket through here. Oh, it even displays there. Next stop, Euston. Oh, that's good. Let's see if I can find the cafe over, not cafe, little shop. This is first class. There's disabled toilet. Ah, here's the catering facilities. For first class. Not look too bad. Yes, give up control. And this little cubby hole here is where the ramp is located. That's obviously the rear cab. So where's the cafe car then? I'm a bit confused. I'll find it. If it takes me all night, I'll find it. So this is a standard premium. I have not been through this coach yet. So you've got the charging points again for your phone, and obviously says on the seat maquette there, standard premium. Nice running sounds. Where's the shop? Maybe it's not even here. Maybe it's not in this train. I swear it is here. Ah, here it is. Yeah, found it. Here's the little shop. Obviously very different now compared to when Virgin Trains used to have the Pendolinos. It's vastly more streamlined, let's say. Water refill point. Nice they put that in. I presume that's not a toilet. That's where the train manager would sit, I imagine, and make announcements, so on and so forth. So yeah, not bad. Not bad. The unit is pretty good. Pendolino, easily for me, the star of the show when it comes to a rolling stock, no doubt about it. Dovetail put a fair bit of effort into it, and yeah, done a decent job. Only annoying thing is that maybe it could have more services, layer it onto a few more routes, and AI wise, you know, at Manchester Piccadilly on the Glossop line, and Birmingham Cross City, definitely for, you know, Birmingham New Street, and obviously, you know, the main negative aspect of this or negative point of the Pendolino is obviously it's a separate purchase when it really shouldn't be, but there you go. Pendolino, thumbs up from me, no doubt about it. Right, let's get in the class 350, shall I? You know what? I think I'll do something different. Let's. We started it. No. Let's not do something different. Change my mind. Let's do Wembley Madness, and we will do this passenger service from Milton Keynes to London Euston. No idea if it's express or not. I imagine it's a stopping service. Anyway, let's take a look at the chat. Apparently I've got 16 people watching. Thank you very much. Even if you watch for 5 seconds. Every little helps, as they say. Right, I'll have a look at the chat and have a drink of water. Been babbling on and on and on. But yeah, if I was to give the Pendolino out of 10 at the moment, I think an 8 out of 10 is fair. It's exceeded my expectations. I thought Dovetail were going to do a pretty crappy job with the Pendolino, but you know, looks good, sounds okay. Nice to have two different variants. Maybe not livery wise, but you know, from a formation side of things. And it adds quite a few services, AI and playable, to the route. So, yeah. If you can get it on a discount, or if you've already got it with Deluxe Edition, then, yeah, well worth your time. Just have a look through the chat. Monograph, I've got just to I'm busy playing. Oh, Lego Star Wars Complete Collection. Yeah. I remember I used to play Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga on the PSP, I think it was, way back in the day. I've even got it on my iPad. Yeah, I love the Lego Star Wars games. Really, really good fun. Condom once again, Spurs football knowledge comes in handy. Simon, yeah, it's a good big pharmaceutical plant, but there's some nice bits too. It's on the the Rhine, yeah, near the River Rhine, I imagine. Also, it's next to Cologne, which is really, really nice. You can easily get so many other cities. Well, you've probably got better transport links than what probably London has. I don't know. Simon, wait a minute. Why is the first coach standard and the second first class? Yeah, no, I think I just went through more coaches, yeah. That's probably why. Sorry to confuse you there. Simon, the shop is in the middle of standard class, so I've now discovered. Hey Omar, nice to see you. Hope you're well. I've driven the 390 and the 350 Hudlers. Fair play. 390 is more easier than 350 to drive Hudlers. Oh yeah, much easier. You haven't got to start and stop at many stations. So I think the amount of stations you can stop at or depart from is 3 stations in total. I think for the Pendolino. Okay, Banana Craft. Take care of yourself and see you next time. Have a good week. Right, that's the chat up to date. Okay, operate this passenger service from Milton Keynes to London Euston. It's a 4-coach train on a lovely sunny day. Lovely. Set the brightness to maximum. What am I doing? GSMR. All good. Oh yeah, I better stick the lights on as well. So we're going to the train management system, select lighting, interior, and then set it on. There we are. Just like that. Yeah. It's limited functionality, but it's nice that Dovetail have made it functional to a degree. So, but I approve. Isolation switches. Texture on them looks a bit clearer than the Pendolino. Oh, need to unlock the doors. Alright, here's the 350. Looks quite nice in the sun, that green. Obviously it's unlicensed. I do have a licensed livery for the 350, but obviously I'm using it from the journey mode, so it won't appear. It might appear on some trains, but not the one I'm driving, unfortunately. But even without the branding, livery is looks nice. Nice to have a bit of green for a change. Dark green with white. Yeah, the destination display is a bit confusing to me. I don't know why, but it seems like when I was taking a train out of one of the sidings at Wembley, or I can't remember which depot it was. There's quite a few depots on this route, actually. To be fair, the display which says "not in service," it only has "not in." It doesn't have the service bit, on the display, which is not good. The display is working on the back. I've noticed a few times the destination display at the rear of the train isn't on the all, which ain't good. The tail lights are on. Don't look too shabby. But anyway, here we are at Milton Keynes. I promised we'd do an in-depth look at the area. Here's a Pendolino coming in, right on cue. So we're going to be 101 minutes late, so but that's normal for UK trains these days. Let's have a little look around, shall we? Yeesh. Oh dear. I had a feeling the road infrastructure would not be great, and already we're off to a bad start. A little football pitch there, never noticed that. Okay. As far as the railway infrastructure is concerned, the ballast at times doesn't look great. Looks a bit, looks normal really, for Dovetail. Ballast textures and colours, but in this lighting currently, late-ish morning, don't look too bad. Station concourse at Milton Keynes. I don't know Milton Keynes very well, to be honest, so for stations, so I do apologise if I get, well, buildings and places wrong. It's multi-storey car park. This bit of car park doesn't look too bad. There's a lot of skips on this car park. Blimey, obviously a bit of work taking place. Nice to have a little scene going on there. On the station, obviously, you got the normal Dovetail fictional posters and things like that. Got signs there looking pretty decent. The green, obviously unbranded. Hence this large white gap here when there should be the London North Western Railway logo. Which I think the lifts as well on some of the platforms actually work. That's a nice touch, this sign here, look. Keep off the track. Looks a bit blurry, but warning, do not trespass, and the railway penalty of £1,000. That's a nice touch. Right, let's go. Horn doesn't sound as good as the Pendolino. Sounds like it was recorded from a keyboard. Fancy the actual horn in real life, and fair play, but to me it doesn't quite sound right. It sounds a bit, I don't know, it just hasn't got that depth to it. It's definitely got a weaker horn than the Pendolino, no doubt. So the first stop is Bletchley. How many stations are we stopping at? A fair few. Speed limit will increase to 100. Now, obviously, the sections between the stations, you know, I'm not gonna rip Dovetail apart and, you know, say, oh, these fields need to be completely covered with 3D textured grass and all that stuff. I mean, when you're chugging along at 100, 125 miles an hour, you know, I can accept that. You know, Dovetail maybe have removed elements of foliage from, you know, the sections of the West Coast Main Line in between, well, all the stations, because to save frame rate and performance. So I won't criticise Dovetail about that. I will, though, we get, you know, to a station and there's a field next to that station that don't look very good. Yeah, so the plan is to do a run with the 350 down to Euston, and then I'll hop on board the 710 and do a service on the Watford DC line. Such a shame the actually the Watford DC line services don't have this little journey like chapter. That'll be quite cool. Ooh, need to brake. Right, we're approaching the first stop, Bletchley. Condor, take it being auxiliary scenery. Touching on airlines briefly, obviously Dovetail managed to get 2 licensed planes. I couldn't really give a damn if the plane was licensed or unlicensed. A plane is a plane in my eyes. But, you know, credit to them for getting some authentic aircraft in the game. It's not on every single route. It's not even on West Coast Mainline South, but I think it's on the Kinzig-Talban, San Bernardino line, and apparently it's going to be in the West Coast Great Western Express route as well. Welcome to Bletchley. Let's have a look around, shall we? Go from left to right. Let's have a look back here. Looks okay. I mean, the station itself, you know, I've got no complaints. Stations are built reasonably built well, or built reasonably well. Damn, those doors look pretty good. Don't know why. Got some flowers here. That's cool. Right, let's have a look at this car park. Better than I thought. What is that? Blimey. And texturing on this this part of the building station looks horrible. Oh my god. Is that meant to be like that? Jeez. That's not nice. A lot of pink and red bikes there. Nice to see the bike racks in there. Again, what is it with these textures? Look at that. That looks awful. Jeez. Makes a PlayStation 2 look good. Bletchley, direct trains to Birmingham International. And again, this is we've got some work taking place here. A little local industry here, an aggregate facility or something like that. Oh, that's decent. That's not too bad. That's quite good. And there's the village of Bletchley. Yeesh, those roads don't look good. I know it's a train game, not a car game, but you know, you've got to get the infrastructure right, the road infrastructure. It's been one of Dovetail's weakest points for donkey's years. And they gotta streamline it better. They gotta make it look good. This is not there. Not there. The roundabout looks okay. Everything else regarding the road doesn't look too good. You know, why do we have traffic lights and signs? And I know it's extra effort, but that's what I want to see. You know, extra level of authenticity. Distant scenery, I don't look too shabby. It's not too bad. Right. Let's shut the doors and depart. The next stop is Leighton Buzzard. Are we going to miss out a station or two? I think we are, aren't we? Oh no, we're not. Fair play. Leighton Buzzard is 6 miles away. Right, if you'd enjoyed the stream up to this point and you like what you see or hear, then yeah, feel free to hit the thumbs up button below. And if you are watching for the first time, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. The next stream will be next Monday. No idea what date it will be next Monday. The 30th of September. And I'll be taking a look at the Kinzigtalbahn in Germany. I can't wait to take a look at that one. That should be good. Lovely. But yeah, as far as the Class 350 is concerned, I've got not many problems with it. It operates reasonably well. It looks pretty good despite the lack of branding on the interior and exterior. Sounds are okay. It could be a little bit better, I think. Maybe edited better, or just have new, better sounds. Certainly from the horn. But yeah, 350 is not too bad, as far as I'm concerned. Condo horn will be funny, don't know, alert or transition screwed sound or something, yeah. I've noticed this as well, the sounds when the unit is at speed, there's a sound that loops. It's the same on the Pendolino. It's really annoying. Like the running sound. You can hear it just then. It loops. It's really annoying. I really need to edit that and make it sound a bit smoother. It's not on this unit, like I said. It's the 390 as well. 377, I've no idea. I haven't tried it. One thing I will say about this route I actually do like is the amount of empty stop moves you can do at different points of the route. I really do like that. You can do some at Wembley, you can do some the intercity depot, you know, the Pendolino. 66 obviously doesn't have any empty stop moves at all, but there's a fair few empty stop moves you can do with the underground train, the overground train, and even the and obviously the 350, as well as the Pendolino. So if you like empty stop moves, like preparing the train for service or taking them out of service, then yeah, you won't be disappointed. There's a fair few. Empty stop moves to do, that's for sure. Alright, we're approaching Leighton Buzzard. Whoop. Stop, 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 stop. On a little bit farther. Yeah, let me just go on the map a second. I don't know if it will be displayed for sidings. Don't think it will. No. But yeah, there's a fair few yards to get the train ready for service, be it Watford, Bletchley, I think, as well, Wembley, etc. And the intercity depot as well, not too far from Euston. So yeah, empty stop moves. So that's definitely a tick in the box for me. Right, let's take a look at these destination displays. Some of them, yeah, do not have, particularly for the ones that go, to virtual destinations like Birmingham or, Manchester. The displays are not, well, the displays do not display those virtual destinations, which is annoying. Dovetail have said they're going to implement that via a patch, but it should have been included from the outset. Let's have a look around here. That's not look too bad. Little street here, albeit there's no road markings, which is annoying. You've got a pavement that just ends suddenly. Okay. Well, the car park here don't look too bad. It's the best one I've seen. Well, you've got some road markings here. Ah, that is the front of the station. Leighton Buzzard. Nice signage there. That's a good station building right there. It's not bad at all. They modelled this car park very well. It's the best one I've seen. Right, let's lock the doors. In terms of London landmarks you can see on this route, the BT Tower is one of them. As you come into Euston, obviously you see Wembley Stadium when you go through or stop at Wembley, be it Wembley Central, North Wembley, and on the overground, underground, sorry. And apparently you can see Alexandra Palace, but I have yet to find the supposed landmark that Dovetail has apparently put onto this route. The next stop is Cheddington, just over 3.5 miles away. Speed limit is 100 miles per hour. Just over 2 miles away from Cheddington. I must say the foliage close to the track, haven't done it too bad. It's better than what I expected. let's get on the brakes. Ooh, we're coming in a bit fast here. These are good brakes on the 350. Gets me out of jail. There we go. Alright, welcome to Cheddington. Yeah, ooh, dear. I mean, it is a station in the middle of the countryside, so I'm not going to tear this station apart in terms of scenery, but that texture needs to be a bit better. Oh, station building once again. No complaints. Got the oyster pads. Yeah. Got a ticket machine. Oh yeah, the field is a bit on the bare side. It would be nice to have some, I don't know, tractors, or making it feel like it's maybe being I don't know what the term is, harvested or something, crops, that kind of thing. His foliage here doesn't look too bad, but when you look at that, and it's all patchy. I really don't like that. Either go flat or go full out like this banking here. Yeah. It would be nice to have a bit more, I don't know, life in those fields, but other than that, station is okay. It's not too bad. The next stop is Tring. Train. As far as formations with the Class 450 is concerned, I think you can only do 8 and 4 coach formations. Excuse me. But yeah, I think it's 8 coach formations for, I think, some of the expresses and or most of the expresses, and a small number of all stopping services, and the 4 coach units are mostly for the stopping services. Bush clip through the cab there. They need trimming back. Bare contact network rail on that one. They're impeding my vision. Right, 1 mile to go until Tring, or just under it now. Let's get on the brakes. Okay, coming into Tring, platform 5 to be exact. There we are. Okay, here we are at Tring. Immediately there's a car park to our left, which, yeah, don't look too bad. This could do a bit of work though. It's okay, it's okay. Let's have a look at the station itself. Let's have a little peek. Ooh, we've got, what's this? The Royal Hotel Posting House. Is that authentic or is that fake? I don't know. Yeah, again the road and the textures in this part here don't look great. Again, the station building with the lettering and the National Rail symbol looks pretty good. We've got some new posters here. Is this New York or North America? White Bird Travel. Okay. And Dovetail Animation presents Stretch, coming soon to theatres. They do a good job on the virtual advertisement, these peeps here, waiting for a taxi or a bus. Touching on the passengers, they're a bit bizarre in some areas, like, you know, in Euston, the station is barely, you know, full. You know, there are some passengers that will congregate at one platform, but the rest are just completely empty for, you know, even though most of the platforms are full to the brim with trains. But yeah, you've got a fair bit of activity as far as passengers go. And ironically, on the trains themselves, especially when it's new, hello, you're flying. Sorry, madam. Wow. Defying the laws of physics. That cup of coffee must be some drink. My God. But yeah, when it comes down to the what's it called? Why can't I get in the cab? Thank you. What's it called? I'm not interested in it, but what is it called? The guard mode thing. It's ironic when you do a service on the guard mode, yeah, there's hardly passengers on the trains, so you can't really fulfil the purpose of checking tickets and so on and so forth. Like most of the journey, it's empty, and then once you get near London Euston or Milton Keynes, it picks up a little bit, but it's not the point. Especially in the rush hour, it should be full to the brim. But there you go. This ballast here does not look good. Ooh, not nice. The next stop is Berkhamsted, just over 3 miles away. So the passengers are a little bit up and a little bit in the middle. Some stations they populated really well, others they just don't. Train wise, well, I haven't seen a train full to the brim with passengers, which is disappointing, especially on these the stopping services with the 350s and the overground services. Definitely at peak times it's disappointing, to see the train almost pretty bare. But there you go. I mean, the guard mode thing, I'm not really interested in it. I think DevTel have done a reasonable job with it. I mean, it was trialled, let's say, in 2 scenarios, and can't remember which routes they are. But yeah, DevTel obviously decided to make it a fully fledged mode on its own, standalone mode, and it's okay, I suppose. It does the job to a degree, with the lack of passengers on a big chunk of the trains, especially on this route. Kind of takes away the whole point of playing it, really. And I've also noticed there is no guard mode services available on the Pendolino whatsoever, and obviously it's not available on any of the routes apart from the 3 new ones. So yeah, I think over time the guard mode may get better, but I'm not interested in it. I'm only interested in driving the trains, to be honest with you. It's the whole point of the game, isn't it? Hey TJ, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Just taking an in-depth look to the West Coast Mainline South, hence why I'm very, very late coming into Berkhamsted. Just me trundling along and looking at the stations and the surrounding scenery. These are long platforms here at Berkhamsted. Ooh, stop. There we go. Right, let's have a look around this station. Gee, man, the roads just really don't look good. Oh, hello, we got an even better view up here. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, game. Considering it's the countryside, it's okay. It's just the roads just really let it down. Really sloppy at times. Oh, thank you for that, game. Give me a good camera view. Maybe not. The game don't want me to be down low. Wants me to be up high in the sky. Yeah, I mean, distant scenery looks okay. Car park, I'll say again, at times looks a bit muddy, but looks okay. This elevated section, I think, which I've used on quite a few stations now on this route, don't look too shabby. I need to get back in the cab. We'll have a look at the station, please. Where's the station building? The entrance. No signage? It's a bit disappointing. Got the river running by it, which I've seen better textures when it comes down to water. Ah, here's the main building, Berkhamsted. It's a nice building, nicely made. What is it with this camera? Having a problem at this station. It really doesn't want me to have a look around the station. Got some help points, which I imagine are on every station. Just haven't picked it out until now. Got a waiting room, which you can't obviously go in and wait. The next station stop is Hemel Hempstead, just under 3.5 miles away. TJ, I think Rivet wanted to add the guard mode to the 170. Oh, do they? TJ, the 390's mum will have to say my favourite train to drive is the 350 for the simple fact it's got a bit of variety. It's from a service perspective, yes, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of variety with services, you know, either starting at, I've got a list actually. I have come prepared for this stream for once, as far as stats go. Just got to find it, I know. Hang on. But yeah, there's a wide variety of timetable services you can do with the 350. So you got services, you know, go from Milton Keynes to London, be it all stops or express. You've got services that start at Bletchley or Tring, go to Euston, and yeah, obviously a wide variety of empty stop moves. And, you know, depending on where you want to pick the train up, be it at you know, Bletchley, I think sidings, Wembley, I think, I'm not sure on that one, and I'm not sure what the sidings are, to be honest with you, what they're actually called, all of them. I'm not sure off the top of my head, I have to be honest, but yeah, from a playability perspective, there's much more variation with the gameplay with the 350 than the Pendolino. But I personally prefer the Pendolino. I just think it's a nicer unit to operate. I just feel like Dovetail put a little bit more effort into the Pendolino than the 350. But no doubt the 350 is a good unit to operate. Let's get on the brakes. We're approaching Hemel Hempstead. Oh, we're coming in way too fast. Whoopsie daisy. This might be the first stop where I've actually bottled it. Yep, I bottled it badly. Oh dear. Oh well, we'll let the train trundle down the track. I want to have a look around. Right. Yeah, I don't look good. No, dearie me. Okay, we stopped.
For your safety and comfort, this station operates a
We did
notification
stop on the platform, didn't we? Yes, we did. Okay. Yeah, this bit of road here looks absolutely awful. No doubt about it. There's a bungalow just randomly at this corner. Okay. Maybe accurate, but you know, at least put some fencing up and some sort of decoration around there. What on earth are these? Are these steps? Okay. Station building looks okay. The passengers are materialising outside the building, albeit facing the wrong way. Never mind. Got a bike rack, a couple of salt bins there. Yeah, again, the station itself doesn't look too bad. What have we got over here? Well, this doesn't look too bad. Nice bit of greenery here. Got a road of houses on them. Albeit they... Yeah.
If you see anything suspicious, please tell a member of staff or the police.
I think my silence describes how bad some of the scenery around the stations are at times. It is awful, sorry to say. Wow, we did stop right on the money. We did actually stop right at the end of the platform. Albeit at the 8 to 12 coach stop sign. Well, at least we stopped. Alright, let's go to the next stop. I don't know how you say this correctly, but Apsley? Either way, it's just over a mile away. Is that a disused platform over here I can see? It is indeed. Nice. Some buses here as well. Bus garage, maybe. Nice. Dovetail could have easily skipped out on that one, but they've added it in. Fair play to them. It's not super detailed, but it's there. Fair play. SS, can you go in France? Not on this route, no, but there is one French route in Train Sim World, yes, the LGV Mediterranean. Unfortunately, it's just one. Should be more. I'd rather have another French route than a route in the Netherlands. It's going to annoy people now. Oh sugar, put it in emergency. That's a disaster. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Oh well, at least I stopped on the marks. Oh well, I'll figure it out in a second how to reset the brakes. But here we are. Welcome to Apsley, however you want to call it. Again, the foliage near, right next to the station, it doesn't look too bad. It's pretty good. It's just once you get beyond it, it looks a bit ugh. But I can understand the reasons why. I was going to moan and groan about the car park, but this one actually is not too bad. It's one of the better looking ones. simply because it's a small one. Again, station building, don't look too bad. Got the name, got the sign, got the bike racks, it's not too bad. Oyster validators. Yeah, it's good, it's good. Got a bit of foliage here, a lot of foliage out here. This is good, that's good dovetail. Look, a field that's full of not just a flat 2D grass texture, but some grass. Look, you could be like one of the cameramen on the BBC Earth programs of David Attenborough. Get right into the grass and tell a tale on some insects or something. And today here at Apsley Station, we will see the wild and ferocious prairie dog, waiting to catch the train to London. Oh dear. I don't know, I'm going to reset this. Let's see. Do I just let the brakes off and off we go? Yeah, we do. Oh, that's pretty easy. Easy to reset that then. Let's take a look at the chat. Mr. Brightside, does this train have a snack trolley? I'm afraid not. Not virtually. Maybe in real life. I won't get returned to Milton Keynes, sorry. Not with me operating the train, you won't. You're going to be so late you'll miss your return trip. Mr. Brightside, I remember the big oil fire there, Emma Hempstead. Oh really, there was a oil fire there, was there? TJ, the dovetail, the roads have been dovetail strong suit. Oh yes, the force is strong with these roads. You can tell. Dovetails applied their usual crappy touch. The next stop is King's Langley. Condor, anyways, be taking my leave. Take care, Spurs. I think of it today's stream. No problems, Condor. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your week. Indeed, TJ. Just Trains have showed just how good, and not just Trains, but TSG as well, with his needed tail bomb route. You know, it does prove. You know, if you put the effort and the time into the scenery of the route, it really stands out amongst the rest of the pack, you know. That's why I can't wait for that West Coast Main Line over Shap route. Set in the 1980s, BR Blue. I know a few people would have preferred Just Trains to make a modern route, but I don't want him to make a modern route. Let him make all the BR stuff. He's a genius at that, or he, she, the team at Just Trains. The more BR Blue routes from Just Trains, the better. Okay, here we are at King's Langley. So you've got an underpass at this station, way out, and buses. We've done it too bad. It's modelled quite well down here. Oh, maybe not. Well, it is, but the camera wouldn't let me. That's a good station building. I like that. There's no signage out the front, which is a bit annoying. Again, the bike racks are present. It's good. It's good. Right. What's have we got a motorway? Yes, we do. Or a dual carriageway. Well, these dovetail have added the cars going over the bridge, so that's something. That is something. The next stop is Watford Junction. I just want to check a minute. Let me just want to have a little peek at King's Langley Station on my phone a second. Just want to see. Yeah, okay. So that motorway was indeed the M25. So obviously, a lot of people say these days that once you're within the boundaries of the M25 motorway, you're in London. But so I suppose we can say we're now in London. Hooray! I suppose technically we're not, but I'd say we are. We are within the boundaries of the M25. Just thinking, could I get out of this station and hop on board a Watford train maybe? I'm not sure. I'm just thinking if I should jump on the overground and cover the rest of the route. Just because I'm a bit conscious of how long this stream's going to be, and it's going to bore the hell out of people. Let's see. The problem is I don't know the stopping pattern of the overground. I think it stops at every station, but not sure. That depends if, of course, if a 710 is at Watford Junction. Probably not, because I'm 10 minutes late, so... Oh, there's a Pendolino. Just overtook us. Now, is that going to stop at Watford? It doesn't look like it. That Pendolino is rocketing towards Greater London. TJ, an LNWR service from London to Milton Keynes was cancelled today, and the reason they gave was being autumn. Well, autumn leaves on the track or something. I mean, the weather has been pretty shocking. I mean, ridiculous amounts of rain. So, if they cancel it because of the weather, for once I can understand that. So we are Watford Junction, major interchange for London Overground, and obviously the only stop that Pendolinos will make, other than Milton Keynes and London Euston, on this route at the moment. Alright, let's have a look around. There's a disused platform there, a bit of shrubs. This is nice. We got a 377 parked up on the platform here. Not in service. I wonder if it operates service from Watford Junction. That'd be interesting. Fair bit of industry. Here is platform 11 at Watford Junction. It's a train there. Just literally, you just take the train. I've done it myself. Take this train from the sidings and stick it in this platform, and it just sits there. And until the AI take over it and do whatever. Yeah, the area around Milton Keynes is actually pretty good. Oh, it's a 710. Shall I jump on it? I don't know. Annoyingly, the PIS displays are nowhere to be seen on these overground platforms. And the PIS displays, even on the 710, are broken. Oh, it's going to go. Never mind. Because it says next stop is Euston. Well, that is completely inaccurate. Bucker. And obviously, I have no idea what time this train is going to depart. I'll keep going. I'll keep going. Okay, let's go. Deep down, I think I really should have taken that train. That Watford train. I didn't know what time it was leaving though, so I might have been, stuck at that station, stuck at Watford for ages. That's annoying. I don't know if that is accurate in real life. Surely the overground platforms at Watford Junction are PIS displays. Because then how the hell you don't know what time the train is departing, and you don't know what time the next train is arriving. Oh well. Whoa, what was that? I just saw a big flash for some reason. That was wasn't outside, was it? No, it was in the game. Just thought maybe I would hear it though, wouldn't I? A big thunderbolt maybe just hit the area, maybe? I don't know. It's bizarre. Pretty sure it was the game and not outside. This is the giant flash. I mean, don't know what was that about. Don't know if you caught that on stream, but yeah, it was a hell of a flash. Alright, here we are at Bushy, or whatever it's called. Right, now we got a dump, by the looks of it, rubbish, or recycling facility, a rubbish dump. This is what I like about so we've got the overground signage now starting to come into play. which I do like. Dovetail do a decent job with TFL branding. So these are the overground platforms here, and obviously you'd scoot off west and then come back again to Watford High Street, which is there. If I've got enough time, I might do a London Overground service, but I have my doubts. Looks okay. It's far from perfect. What's that building there? I wish I could see it. How do you access it then? Is this the main entrance out here? Okay. Oh, there are houses. Are there terraced houses there? Okay, don't know why you popped them there, but okay. No signage outside, that's annoying. You got the underpass here, okay. See quite a few platforms at this station. There's one of those robot collectible things. Okay. Right, let's go. Okay, the next station stop is Harrow and Wealdstone. Just over 4 miles away. I'm itching to get on the overground, you know. I'm very tempted to just suddenly stop this service and stick it on start at Watford. I don't know why. I'm tempted to. Can I do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I just want to check. Only will be Harrow, Euston, London, Euston. Okay, fair enough. Alright, I'll take the gamble. Right, let's go out to the main menu and hop on the Watford DC line. Finish the rest of the journey from there. But yeah, as far as 350 goes, operates quite well. Sounds okay. Mixed bag, same with the Pendolino. Sounds okay, they just need to be edited a bit better. Or, excuse me. Right, I've got to go to choose a route. Hey Samuel Smith, nice to see you, hope you're well. TJ, the 710 services of 50 minutes. Might be okay. Might be able to squeeze it in. TJ, the new Just Trains route with the second longest route in train sim world. The longest UK route in TSW is just over 100 miles, I think. Really? 100 miles? Just trying to think what route that is. Maybe a southeastern high speed. 377 is drivable between Watford and North Wembley, I think. Ah, right. If you put your cursor over it, would have said when it left. Oh, yeah, of course. I'm such a muppet. Let me go into the timetable. Samuel Smith, do you know what locos you're getting for your railhead treatment train season? I'm not sure what you mean by that. There are no railhead treatment train. You get the locomotive, but you do none railhead treatment train services. They're just freight and aggregate container services, I should say, intermodal. All right. Yeah, but the 377s, all they do is just Harrow to Watford. Sorry, that one is the exception. This one, most of them do Wembley Central to Watford Junction. Interesting. But anyway, I want the 710. Let's have one. Let's have one and peak rush hour. Let's pick. I'll do the 15:30 service. I'll have it set to August. Have some cloud. Happy days. Let's do it. Oh, we just changed it around 100 miles. Oh, apologies, TJ. My brain's starting to shut down, if you cannot tell already. Okay, here we go. How nice to be back on this this unit. The lights seem to be set up for me. Excellent. Thank you, game. Very nice of you to do that. Increase the volume. Increase the brightness. Open the panel doors. Should be a switch somewhere that I have not. I'm able to use. Oh no, not one.
TPWS and AWS operational.
There we go. Okay, so that's the doors closing, do not worry. No alarm screaming at me. So the PI's displays say Euston, that's good, but then when you get to the side it says next stop Euston. That is completely broken and inaccurate. It should have a list of stations scrolling away. I can assure you we're not just going to Euston. We will stop at other stations. But yeah, it's annoying that yes, we haven't got the full timetable, Watford DC timetable on this route, but you know, at least Dovetail made an effort by putting some services of the Watford DC line on this route, so credit to them. They could have just left it completely blank and not included the 710 at all, but they did. They made a timetable layer for it. It's far from perfect. Like Simon said, I think at the beginning of the stream, only half of them are currently present, so there's a big old gap to fill. But at least we can do it. So at least we can operate some services on the Watford DC line and some empty stop moves as well. Okay, so the first stop is Watford High Street. Oh, sugar. I've just forgotten what power mode are we in? Oh my gosh. I've actually got no idea. We are on the third rail. I imagine you have to change over to the overhead line wiring when we've withdrawn from Watford High Street and go to the next station. Don't know. I have not experienced this part yet. I have no idea what I'm expecting here. DJ, I saw a 37 today actually with a pair of barrier wagons. Oh, really? Oh, DJ, I think he means in real life what locos on the RHTT services where... I've no idea. I've absolutely no idea. I've never seen one in real life, to be honest with you. Never. Mostly at my station, it's either GWR stock, cross country, trying to think what else, Southwestern Railway, and Elizabeth line trains. That's about it. But here we are, Watford Junction. So not Watford Junction, Watford High Street. So we should be right within the town centre, maybe. Anyway, let's focus on the station. Watford High Street. Don't look too shabby. A lot of foliage around. That's good. Again, the TfL branding is all present and correct. Excellent. Nighttime services and drinking and smoking is not prohibited. Excellent. Excellent. And the PIS displays are there as well. Damn, that's a long wait. The next train to arrive at this platform is at nearly 20 to 1 in the morning. I don't think that's quite right. So yeah, the PIS displays are a little bit higgledy-piggledy. Let's go to the next stop, which is Bushy, or however you say it correctly. One cool thing about this section of the overground, you know, the Watford area, is that when you do go to Watford High Street, or depart from the station, obviously you have to encounter a fair steep gold gradient, which lacks obviously on the West Coast Main Line. You don't get very much variation in terms of gradients. You don't get very steep grades. Nice viaduct we're going over here. Very nice. Here's the station. A fair few passengers about the station at rush hour, which is good. Okay, the next stop is Carpenter's Park, just over a mile away. Samuel Smith is getting 37s as railhead treatment trains. Nice. TJ, no 710 is, oh, it's DC, oh, third rail, oh, fair enough. My mistake. First time, sorry. Oh no, did it get you soaking wet? Oh no. That must have annoyed you. Last pair of I saw a pair of 69s, both in special liveries, ooh. TJ right now, well, if it's raining quite hard. I mean, what day was it? It was Saturday, wasn't it? Saturday, it just absolutely chucked it down with rain all morning. I was meant to go out and collect some new glasses from opticians, but I had to cancel the appointment because it just kept on thundering, lightning, and pouring with rain. That's a 377. That's the first one I've seen today's stream, which yeah, just absolutely kept chucking it down. Carpenter's Park. Interesting name for a station. Oops. Stopped a little bit short there. Wasn't looking where I was going. Oh well, never mind. Here's Carpenter's Park. I'm not going to make a joke or a pun about carpenters. PI's displays are in operation. What's this geezer doing? He's taking a selfie of just himself. Don't know quite why, but fair enough. Yeah, again the station, again. Branding's there. It's all well and good. Oh, you got passengers here waiting. Someone's having a very intense read of the newspaper. Yes, good. Good. See if I can get out, thank you. Just have a look at the surrounding area. What's this meant to be? I don't know. I'm not sure. Either way, I don't like the look of it. Not much detail to it. And on the other side, what have we got here? Lots of houses. Same houses, copy and pasted. Very little detail to them, but that's to be expected. The next stop is Hatch End, just under 1.5 miles away. TJ, locos you want to Google? Oh, are they the special liveries, are they? Oh, I think I will do in a second when I get to Hatch End. Rather ironic that when you spend so much time on the West Coast Main Line, you know, thundering up and down the line, you know, 100 odd miles an hour, and you change to the Watford DC line, you're limited to a speed of 45 or 30 or even less. Yeah, it's so slow. Whereas if you're playing on the just the Bakerloo line or the Watford DC line, and 45 miles per hour would feel pretty quick. Approaching Hatch End. Okay, welcome to Hatch End. It's I could have put some flowers in there, Dovetail. I mean, you put flowers there, why not put some flowers here? Would be nice. Hatch End Station, this looks very good. Seems a lot of detail's been put into this station. The building, the modelling looks very good. Lots of flowers around too. Yay! PI's displays work. They do. Albeit it says 033. I don't think the next. Hang on a minute. So. So confused. So it's expected at 15:23, but it says the 033 to Watford Junction. Is that how long it takes to get to Watford Junction? Then, what, 33 minutes? I'm confused now. Nah, it's not. That's the time. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look at Carpenter's Park station from the exterior. There's a workman there at someone's door. Either he lives there or he's waiting to do, I don't know, some work there. Plumbing, maybe. I'm not sure. Let's have a look up here. I saw a workman over here, didn't I? What's he doing? Checking the signals? And he's got his checklist out, making sure infrastructure is sound. Let's have a look out here, up the front. We've got the clock. That does work, that's good. I can't actually see the front of it. Oh, that's annoying as hell. I can't tell if the front end looks good or not. That's really annoying. Because I remember Jeff Marshall did a video on Hatch End and, you know, talked about how good the front end of the station looked. In fact, they won't let the free cams see it. Means either Dovetail haven't done anything to the front end of the station. Detail wise. Never mind. Right, let's go to the next station stop, which is Headstone Lane. I did promise I'd look at that liveries. I'll see if I could find it. Oh yeah, Bob Tiller. Oh, Special British Rail, large logo. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Cool. Okay, here we are. Welcome to Headstone Lane. Let's have a look around, shall we? Oh, we got another nasty looking puddle there.
Vehicles parked at unauthorised points may be clamped or removed without warning. Short and long stay parking is available at this station.
Again, you know, but the stations look okay. Most of them look pretty good. Maybe just the surrounding scenery could do a bit better. That's always been the problem of Dovetail and train sim world routes. Just lacking that detail. But yeah, overall, Headstone Lane is a good station. Okay, the next stop is Harrow and Wealdstone. That's where this train will meet up with the London Underground Bakerloo line. So very familiar territory now. I think as far as scenery on the Bakerloo line, you know, section of the Watford DC line, I think it's exactly the same as Train Sim World 2. I don't think Dovetail have bothered to upgrade any of the station assets on the Bakerloo section of the Watford DC line. They might have. I've got a funny feeling they won't have done that. Hey Troy, nice to see you, hope you're well. Just taking a long in-depth look into the Watford DC line. Not Watford DC line, the West Coast Main Line South that has the Watford DC line, or the Lioness line as it's now known as. There's a Bakerloo line train right on cue, there it is. I noticed as well that the destination displays on the Bakerloo line train when the AI runs the services, yeah, we don't show the destination, which is a bit annoying. Okay, welcome to Harrow and Wealdstone. Instead of the orange overground sign, we've got the red underground sign. There's a 350 coming into the platform. It's pretty much the same, I mean, as in Train Sim World 2, with the exception that they have, you know, put a bit of effort into the mainline platforms this time. Obviously they didn't need to do that when the Bakerloo line first came out 4 years ago. It has got the next stop on the display there. Next stop Kenton, fair play. Maybe I was wrong with the destination displays not working. Oh my goodness, I just saw a couple of NPCs over there just suddenly take off. A giant jump into the sky. Right, let's go to the next stop, which is Kenton. I did say earlier that I was disappointed with the Bakerloo line not having the sheer amount of services that it had on the actual London Underground Bakerloo line route. I think that is probably because, you know, Dovetail maybe have struggled to accommodate, you know, a full working Bakerloo line timetable and a fully fledged overground timetable on this section of the Bakerloo line. That might be a reason why. They maybe have gone for half of each, let's say, and stick them together. So like half a timetable of the overground and then half the Bakerloo line timetable, instead of the full complete timetable that you have in real life, or even the 2021 Bakerloo line timetable. Maybe they just couldn't fit the sheer amount of services that the underground and the overground would possess on this section of the West Coast Main Line. Maybe I'm probably just making up crap, but I wouldn't rule it out. There's a reason why the underground and the overground are a little bit quiet. Here at South Kenton. There's those PIS boards. I just want to check they're all in good working order. Yep. Maybe not. The next destination on that second run there. Yeah, that one isn't displayed. And going northbound. At least that's displayed correctly. That's good. The next station stop is South Kenton. I must say, as much as I criticise, Dovetail, it is nice to have the Watford DC line complete, completely available to be, used on. Dovetail could have quite easily just not included it at all. Well, they could have made the route, but then just not add the services in. So the fact you could run the entirety of the Watford DC line off, which, of course, as you can see, includes a section of the Bakerloo line, so that's a different experience, isn't it? Operating the overground Class 710 on the Bakerloo line. It's a different experience. A little bit. No, am I too far? The marker said I should stop all the way down the end, but I'm a little bit further down, but I think stopping here is okay. To me. Did I fit the whole train on the platform? No, I didn't. Okay, then maybe I should have stopped a bit further down. The next station stop is North Wembley. Danish dude, hey, how are you? Nice to see you, hope you're well. Just taking an in-depth look at the West Coast Main Line South. There's a freight train. Oh. Let's have a look around North Wembley. There's a stadium. You can just see it in the distance there. Hopefully, hopefully Tottenham Hotspur will finally win a cup at Wembley after so many years. Would be nice. Every time I look at Wembley Stadium and on this route, I just keep thinking, please, Spurs, win something. It's been too long. Just the thought of seeing, you know, Spurs finally lift a trophy again would be nice. Maybe this year, who knows? League Cup or FA Cup. I'll take either. I'll take both. Oh dear. But, the model of Wembley Stadium looks much better than the one in Bakerloo Line. I don't know why it looks bigger. Don't know. Maybe they've shuffled Wembley Stadium a bit closer to Wembley Central, or in the Wembley area. And in Train Sim World 2, it looked fairly distant in Train Sim World 2, but in Train Sim World 5, you could see it much more clearly. Oh, I need to stop going too fast. Ah. Just get out of the chair a minute. Oh, bugger. Just want to have a look at this little robot thing. It's like Deliveroo uses, isn't it? Robots prepared. You're at the wrong place, mate. I've never seen those kind of delivery robots. We don't have them where I live. I think it's Deliveroo, isn't it, or Amazon? I'm not sure what companies use those robot things. I think it's Deliveroo mainly. So yeah, like I said, the main line, the station of Wembley Central, or majority of them on the Bakerloo line, have relatively been untouched, with the exception that, you know, the main line platforms are now obviously in use, whereas before they were out of bounds. Sugar, we're going too fast. Nearly broke the game there in the process. Surprised that managed to survive. Apologies for that. Yeah, we just ducked and dived under the West Coast main line. This is where the frame rate starts to take a bit of a hit with all this area here. So yeah, this is the sidings here at Wembley. Just want to take a look at it if I get a chance. So there's the stadium, and just want to put this train on the brakes a minute. This is Stonebridge Park depot. So it's all present, just like before. Just put the brakes on this train a second. I'll have a little scooch around here. because before the area around here didn't look too good in the Bakerloo line, but obviously Dovetail fleshed that out a lot more. Ooh, can I go over? Yes, I can. And yeah, here's the sidings here where the 710s and the intermodal trains begin or terminate. See, these are the sidings where the overground trains are stored. So, like I said, empty stop moves are aplenty, be it overground. Did I say overground twice? Underground, overground. Avanti West Coast and what else? London North Western Railway. Yeah, I'm holding everybody up. Sorry, sir or madam. Let's just move. Get out of the way. It's also nice to experience this section of the Bakerloo line with the new lighting and cloud tech weather system. Much nicer. What Dovetail need to do now is pump out a remastered patch for the London Underground Bakerloo line. Henry B right in business. There's Wembley in the distance again. There's the motorway. Blimey, that looks a bit better than Train Sim Mode 2. I don't think this motorway was even present. Well, maybe it is, but it's very, very bare. That bit of road network looks good. That's what I like to see, Dovetail. This bit of road I'm not so keen on. It looks horrible. But that stretch of motorway looks quite good. The next stop is Harleston. Harleston is just under a mile away. Oh, going too fast again. Apologies. And that section of road I took a peek at Stonebridge Park is actually the A406 North Circular, if you must know. TJ special deliveries are 69002, 004, 5, 7, 9 and 12. Okay. Thank you for that. I'll definitely have a peek at those deliveries when stream is concluded. There we go. TJ, if you brought back one class, oh yes, absolutely. I'm still going to be continuing that series. I'm planning to do one London Euston if the services improve. At London Euston, like the sheer volume of traffic, AI or playable. Wembley Central is another one I'm looking at. Oh my god, passenger just jumped onto the tracks there. And obviously Glasgow Central, like you mentioned. So do not worry, there is still some videos to come from my ASMR series. The next stop is Euston Junction. Just trying to find where the intercity sidings are. Is that them there, maybe? That's Euston TMD sidings. My god, this section looks totally different from the Bakerloo line. Wow. Because Dovetail obviously have, you know, fleshed out the West Coast Main Line around here, it looks totally different when you look at the West Coast Main on the Bakerloo line. Wow. Wow, Zuz. How do you access the train from up here? Don't think you can. That's a bit disappointing.
If you feel faint, seek help at the next station. Do not use the emergency call.
Ooh, we got a platform. I forgot there's a Middle Bay platform here. Any services stop here? No, they don't. Oh, okay. Let's get back in the cab. Hey, next stop is Kensal Green. Man, I mean, just playing the Watford DC line, it feels like a completely different route. You know, it feels like the West Coast Main Line isn't even there. Oh, there's a train there. Oh. It's in a TMD siding. Ooh. Wow. Whether it's accurate or not, I mean, credit to Dovetail, you know, they've certainly fleshed out the area around the Bakerloo line, or the Watford DC line. Wow, wow, wow. So different to Train Sim World 2. No doubt about that. Makes me not want to play the Bakerloo line from Harrow Millstone to Queen's Park. Just pick it up, just pick up a surface at Queen's Park and carry on to Elephant and Castle. Because yeah, it's pretty. It's not a bad step in the right direction, that's for sure, scenery wise. Because they didn't have to worry. Because when Bakerloo line came out, you know, all of this, you know. This wasn't even present on the map, if I recall correctly. All that was present was just the tracks, you know, going to Harrow and Wealdstone, and the Watford DC line tracks. You know, the entire West Coast Main Line was absent, I think, from the map. So the fact that it's included on the map, and obviously the scenery has been considerably improved. Credit to Dovetail from that perspective. But then as soon as I praise Dovetail, the lighting in this tunnel doesn't look good. That looks crap. So that's not good. Well, it doesn't look crap, it just is. It's not good lighting there in that tunnel. A few problems there, so yeah. Yeah. There are some good moments, there are some good, you know, there's some good high points of this route. I can see why people like this as their favourite. from what I'm experiencing, it's much better than I expected. You know, when I thought of it being, well, you know, it's West Coast Main Line only going up to Milton Keynes, and then it's going to have obviously the section of the Bakerloo line, the entirety of the Watford DC line mixed in as well. You know, I was thinking, well, it's a bit of a hard juggling act to do that, and I was thinking, well, it might be New York to Trenton all over again, you know, being a little bit undercooked, but you know what, it's actually not too bad. There is a lot of room for improvement, there's no doubt about that. Timetables definitely need looking into. Services need to be boosted, be that overground, underground, definitely, AI as well. Vanti West Coast actually services aren't too bad, and same could be said for the Class 350. Just think the underground, overground services need to be well, we need the full timetable, basically, not half of it, but maybe there is a practical reason why you can't have both full working timetables on this route. Yeah, if Dovetail can improve the sheer volume of traffic, adding more AI or playable services, and plus, you know, fixing some bugs, you know, be it with PIS displays on the trains and the platforms, as well as obviously bugs with the passengers that I've seen a fair few times now on this run in particular. Yeah, I think this route is good. It's not fantastic. It doesn't. You know, it's not going to blow some of the good UK routes that Dovetail main out of the water, like, you know, South Eastern High Speed or Cathcart Circle. But this is a solid route. It is a solid package. Of course, with the caveat that you have the London Overground Goblin Line and the Pendolino. Here we are at Queen's Park. So the Bakerloo line would trundle off into the tunnels. And there's one coming in to Kilburn Park. Well, maybe not. It's not stopping at Kilburn Park. Never mind. Maybe Kilburn Park isn't modelled.
If you see anything suspicious, please tell a member of staff.
Destination is blank. That's not good. But yeah, you know, like I said, this is a new route, you know. There are bugs that need to be fixed. There are services, you know, timetable needs boosting, like I said. It would be lovely if the route was extended to Rugby or Birmingham, as far as the West Coast Main Line is concerned, and if we couldn't have the West Coast Main Line extended, maybe to make up for it, throw in the entirety of the London Underground Bakerloo line. I mean, we've got the entire Watford DC line, why not throw in the London Underground Bakerloo line? Right, this is new territory for me now. The Bakerloo line is gone. Bye bye to the Bakerloo. We're now heading to Kilburn High Road. Hey Ben Davis, nice to see you, hope you're well. Oh, going way too fast. There we go. Okay, welcome to Kilburn High Road. Let's have a look around. Obviously, right in London town. Oh, that's nice. No, they put some bus shelters here. That's good. I approve of that. Yeah, again, the station don't look too bad. The next stop is South Hampstead, just over half a mile away. And then finally, we will be back at where we started at Euston. God knows how long this stream's been going on for. Nearly 2.5 hours. Oh, fair enough. Alright, here we are at South Hampstead. Again, the right branding is there, the signage is good and correct, the PS displays are working. What's up here? Oh, we got a ticket office. Oh no, I can't see. I think there's a ticket office or something there. Oh, that's nice, the entrance there, that's good. South Hampstead, ticket machines, oyster validators. Is this the ticket office? Must be, right? Oh, the guy's looking at his phone. You should be working, my friend. Never mind. The next and final stop will be London Euston. Hooray! And that's where this stream will come to an end. Ben, there's what I think of this route. You know what? As the more and more I've experienced this route, I can't say it's perfect. I have to be honest. It's far from perfect. There's a lot of bugs that need to be fixed. You know, PIS displays, some issues with sounds on the Pendolino and the 350. Not saying the sounds are crap or bad or horrible. I think they just need to be edited a bit better. You know, hearing constant looping sounds is irritating. But yeah, as far as the rolling stock is concerned, I have very little issue with them. They look good. They sound okay, not perfect, but okay. Better than what I expected from Dovetail. Timetable, it's better than I thought it would be. You know, I thought Dovetail was going to skip on, you know, the Bakerloo timetable or the Watford DC line, but you know, credit to them, they've added it in. It's not the full timetable. We need the full timetable in. Hopefully they can add that in via a patch. Yes, bring this more to life in the London area in particular. But that being said, the sheer variety of things you can do from a passenger perspective is very, very good. high-speed expresses to local stopping services, and you've got a nice variety of trains to do that. You know, Class 710s, London Overground, and Southern trains, London North Western Railway trains. So there's a good variety of trains to operate passenger services, there's no doubt about that. Providing, of course, that you have the Overground route, Goblin Line and the Pendolino. What's not so good about this route is without the Pendolino or the Class 710, I imagine the timetable will be pretty quiet. B, the Pendolino is behind an additional paywall, which I'm not a fan of in any way, shape or form. C, at times the route looks a bit rushed, let's say. Kind of same old story, you know, with houses and road networks being sloppy and copy and paste, etc. And D, the route, West Coast Main Line main route, should have been extended up to Birmingham or Rugby at least. If not either of those, then at least include the entirety of the London Underground Bakerloo line, rather than just part of it from Harrow Millstone to Queen's Park. But you know, the route as a whole is okay. It's better than I expected. The stations look fairly accurate. There are some issues with scenery surrounding the stations, you know, infrastructure like car parks and so on and so forth. And bugs wise, yeah, there's a fair few that need to be cleaned up. That need to go. So, but overall, it's better than I expected. I had low expectations coming to playing this route, and to be fair to Dovetail, they've done a solid job. You know, the developers have done a solid job with this package, considering, you know, the amount of pressure they would have been, you know, to get this route ready as quick as possible, you know, to be shipped out on Train Sim World 5's release. You know, add in the fact as well they had to make 2 additional routes. It must be very, very stressful for the devs team. So overall, out of 10, I think I give it a 7. I think that's fair. There is room for improvement from a gameplay perspective, visual perspective, as well as from a stability performance view as well. You know, frame rate isn't great. It's it's very choppy at times, particularly in the London area. And but you know, once you do get out of London, the frame rate does improve quite considerably. But yeah, 7 out of 10 for me. I think it's much better than I thought it would be. So yeah, do I recommend you get it? Well, I mean, it is available as a standalone product. I say get it on a discount. Yeah, get it on a discount. Hopefully then the route will be cleaned up a little bit more as far as bugs, performance, lighting, and maybe in the far future Dovetail will boost the VAI or playable surfaces on this route, because it definitely deserves more activity, let's say. But yeah, it's a 7 out of 10. It's better than I thought it would be. So, you know, it's a thumbs up from me. So there we are. That concludes the journey on the entirety of the Watford DC line from Watford High Street to London Euston. And there's the stations we stopped at. 18 of them altogether. Yeah. Pretty pleased with it. Like I've said for the 100th time today, it's better than I expected. It's not perfect, but it, with the amount of pressure that the developers have been on and time constraints and all that stuff, good job. Fair play to the devs. They pulled out the stops with that one. Very, very decent overall job they did. So yeah, I get it on a discount, and by the time it goes on discount, it will be a better product overall. No doubt about that. Hopefully, timetable will be boosted as well. We'll wait and see. But yeah, that concludes my stream. The first in-depth look on the West Coast Mainline South from London to Milton Keynes. If you'd enjoyed it, then stream, and of course feel free to hit the thumbs up button below, and thank you to all of you that have tuned in, be that from start to finish or just for 10 seconds. I appreciate it. My next stream will be next Monday, the 30th of September, where I'll be taking a look at the new German route. I think I've got it installed. I've deleted mostly everything German-wise to squeeze all the British DLCs on my PlayStation. Yeah, that one there, the Kingsachtalbahn. That is the next route I'll be taking a look at, so hopefully you could join me for that. By that time I will have installed everything German, Train Sim World back on my PlayStation, so yeah, hopefully you could join me for that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, then of course feel free to do so. I'd really appreciate it. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.